Раз, два, чек, чек. Чек, one, two. Раз, два, чек, чек. Чек, one, two. Okay, guys, I will speak English, but if you, some of you who will watch, if you don't understand, you can ask a question in Russian and I will answer. Okay. So, I haven't flown the 320 family for a long time. I will speak English. Oh, great! I can hear myself. Some of you, little loud and clear. Good, good. So what this stream will be about. I haven't flown the 320s in a while, but the concept and of course the SOP, everything I remember. It's not like if I didn't fly it for 1 month that I suddenly forgot all of it. Everything I remember, everything is like SOP, and today is gonna be the base, all right? The base concept of we're not gonna do the airline stuff. We're just gonna do the what I can call this stream is what add-ons, what ways, and what ways you can get to make your home flight experience as realistic as possible. Okay, and we'll start from the 320 family. All right, so the question that I get a lot is, what are the best? What's to choose? The Phoenix, the FS Labs. A lot of people don't know about FS Labs, and that's sad. I'm no way connected to FS Labs or anything, but trust me, if Phoenix would be, if I would like Phoenix for, if it would be the best option, I would stick with it. I would fly with Phoenix. I would make a sound pack for it, and that would be my choice. But you can see my choice over here is FS Labs, and I'll explain why. I'll show you why. Okay, so what else? So we're gonna take this one up, and we're at Charlotte, North Carolina. We will take it up to Myrtle Beach. And why Myrtle Beach? Because it's close. And the second thing is why is because it's the best way to show you without no stars, right? STAR, no arrival. Without arrival, how the system calculates the proper descent on managed mode. Basically, the aircraft, you should not fight the aircraft. The aircraft is made by a manufacturer, is made to properly descend at flight idle at 3-degree angle, and it's basically all the way down to initial approach fix. Then it will to deceleration point, right? That D and a circle. That it will decelerate. So it's made not to do like the steps, you know, like a crazy steps. Okay, I'm gonna slow down here and do one step, then descend. It does that sort of way, but it does it in a way that it is constant descent, constant deceleration. Pretty much it. So if you would put idle, engine idle, it would descend in 3-degree all the way to deceleration point, then it would decelerate to FIF for you to meet at flap, at green dot speed, and then decel to S speed, and then just on schedule extend, and then the only time you'll get any power is pretty much when you extend your gear. So let me show you something here. My sketchpad, my favorite stuff. This the favorite stuff for psychos are always to draw. It's a joke, by the way, but it's the best way for people to understand, maybe, because zoomers are visual with a short memory. Okay, so from it's gonna look like this. Okay, so here's that's what's called a profile, right? So your profile is based on the cost index, right? And the cost index calculates well, pretty much your flight plan, OFP, with calculated descent and cruise speed, etc. So let's say our initial is Mach 78. Then the next segment would be the crossover, which is called like a CO, right? Crossover is the altitude where your max speed meets your indicated speed for given profile. So let's say your profile is Mach 78, 280. Oh geez. Control Z, Control Z. 280. Wow, it barely draws. What the hell? Hey, 280. Okay. And then there comes the another segment, which is 10,000. And Jesus. Why can't I fucking draw anything? And then 10,000. And then goes the 250, right? You all know that. Jesus. Fuck. What's happened with this scratch pad? Why is this so fucked? Okay, so this is the initial, right? And then you sometimes you can see the profile by like this, right? 78. That could be anything. That could be like Mach 77 or Mach 76 slash, which is a crossover, 280, and then slash 250. 250 is always here. Sometimes it could be even Mach 78 250 250, or Mach 78 300 250, or Mach 76 300. So this is all based on your performance, your conditions, etc., and the company calculations. So that descent is done at flight idle, engines at flight idle, and 3-degree descent, right? Jeez, what the hell? 3-degree, okay? Flight idle. So the whole body, the whole fuselage is made to pretty much descend at idle thrust with a 3-degree. Now, is lower you get, the lower you get, the more air resistance. Just air is more saturated below. So basically, that if left at flight idle, at some point, if you follow 3-degree, continue to follow, your speed will start to decel. No matter, it's 3-degree, your speed will start to decel. And how to calculate 3-degree, I'll show you later. Right now, just this, all right? And then comes the magic, right? You have that deceleration point. Now, the whole idea how to check if the model that you're using is properly made on the dynamics. If it's properly made, your aircraft will follow the profile easily, and it will match it easily without use of any spoilers, without forcing the flaps or forcing the gear to decelerate, or or using speed brake. So it kind of, what it does, it kind of, the degree still stays the same, but what it looks from the side is like this. It kind of looks like it's constantly making less and less and less vertical speed, right? So vertical speed decays because it's tied to a ground speed, right? So the whole thing is calculated with a ground speed. I'll show you later. And the moment how to tell if you're proficient, if your pilot is a professional, is that he doesn't do this. No steps. Instead, he chooses the tops of the steps and makes it comfortable for all the passengers, and just basically ATC wants you to descend via the 3 degree. So it's standard. So if just enter everything, the approach information, the weather information, your the approach init page, if everything is set there, your system, FMGC, will drive the plane according to you're managed with no problem. It will not result in here, let me show you. If you have any questions here, you can ask. Loud and clear, clown face, okay, good. I think yeah, in Discord, by the way, the Discord, my Discord, with all the stuff, with all the good stuff, all information, all products, all aviation, dedication, etc., etc., is located. Copy link. No, it's an invite. Invite to server. Copy. Let's do this. Okay. I'll send it in chat. Just add to this. Also today I will give a free product. We will somewhere at, say, I don't know, about hour from now, or when we land, I will raffle the winner, and then the winner can choose his own product which he wants. It could be for X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Sim, doesn't matter. I have many products and upcoming many products, many news, but today is not about that. I just want to push the base for you so you have more knowledge. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start. You got the idea for now, right? I'll show it to you later. I'll pause and I'll show it to you the rest of the approach. You'll see it. Well, it's easier when you actually fly. You'll see how easy is this. And then after that, we'll do the same flight with Phoenix, and I'll show you why current Phoenix is not really good. Bro, I not understand. Да, все-то I understand. Если не understand, то сейчас поймешь. У нас же все показано будет. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's so we're not gonna have any passengers today. We are starting with FS Labs, and the main idea is even here, okay? The FS Labs has more systems, more circuit breakers than Phoenix. I actually counted though. It has more failures. It has the sophisticated failure system, etc., 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 right? And not most important, but one of the important things is that it has the dynamics of real 320 family. Spent a lot on CAE as a helper for instructor for an airline that used to, even before the war, Russians used to come here in Miami, and we would I know the pilot, the chief pilot, so he asked me to play as ATC, and we're just friends, buddies, you know. We would go out, and every day we would go to this full motion an Airbus official Airbus training center. So I kind of know what I'm talking about, right? Not kind of. Ooh. All right, so we'll go ahead and start it. Just make sure that everything is off over here. I'll get the batteries going. Oh, that's a bug. Don't worry about that. That sound. That's. Don't worry about this. All right. So, by the way, the sounds in this model, I made these sounds for. I made the sound, so you're gonna enjoy the sounds as well. All right, so we'll make sure all these are off. We can start with APU, for example, or we can throw it on external power. We'll throw an external power here. So all this is off, off, off. Master's off, idle, gear lever down, and let's go ahead and. Ooh, yeah. So AEVC is waking up. You can hear the aircraft. Now, while it wakes up, don't do anything. Just don't touch anything. Well, the self-test is beyond the aircraft saying that it's in progress. So even when it's out here, while it says self-test in progress, absolutely don't touch anything. And even after it does that, even if it disappears, still don't do it, because you see, testing, and even, I mean, you can switch over here, that's fine, but out here, you'll see it. It'll like system 1, system 2, it'll like bounce back and forth between that and between other stuff. How do you guys copy? Do you guys hear my voice really well, or should I bump down the maybe I'll do like 7-ish. There it is. Прекрасно. Sorry. Потом ты задавай вопросы, что ты хочешь услышать. Я не буду сейчас целый стрим на русском вести. Позже, может быть. That's основной концепт английского. Okay. So, then we're gonna make a flow, right? So the first system is, test is overheats, right? Every overheat. So go ahead and do this. Mass caution, mass warning. Proper quantities of flights. And go ahead, do a flow. We hear the noise there while pressing in let go. We can keep the pumps off for now. annunciators. It's snowing outside. It's pretty nice. And keep it dim. Also, we're gonna need to use the anti-ice, de-ice. I wonder how many people actually got their hand and tried. Well, that usually you don't touch this. I don't know why it was dialed to 0. It's supposed to be an auto every time. Let's check that. All right, and it's on the power, so nav and logo lights. Then we'll test the testicles. How to test the testicles? You put the INT. INT, PA. Alright, and INT here. Switch off the loudspeaker, both here and here. And do your masks. Perfect. Alright, I'm back to the red position. Alright. So, let's go ahead and see the... so we do a preliminary, right? Make sure that our aircraft is ready for you to board before we even fly. So we'll just go through all these. FOB is low, we know that. Oh, we can might just actually start loading up now, but oh, okay, never mind. So, liquid check, right? The engine oil quantity, hydraulic fluid quantity, good, and it's supposed to be. See, this kind of like I'm forgetting. I'm like, well, it's in the door, yeah. So, cockpit oxygen quantity 1550 inside pressure. All right, and we'll heat up the. Let's see the cause. See something? Such a beauty. I think I'm some sort of how do you call it? I'm it's like a maniac dependency on the simulators and flying. So you know how there's dependency on porn. I think I have some sort of dependency on simulators and flying. So let's start up. And the main thing is that it has all the failures and they all work properly. Beautiful. because the time when it goes online, like the turbine, you'll hear like, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, so you can hear all the outsides and listen to this. So if the door would be closed, right, even the cockpit door, look. So this is how you open your cockpit door. You hear the sounds through the cabin door out there. And each location has the proper sounds. Okay. All right. As follows for the engine sounds. 321, you barely hear the engines, but I'm gonna just keep it a little bit bumped up so you guys enjoy, you know? Alright. So, let's figure out. Let's figure out. Oh, shit. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, shit. Shit, fuck. Pepe. That's life. It just discharged, completely died. But I'll show it to you. It's, you gotta, and the whole plane is like alive. You know, you have many failures, just kind of regular stuff. Come on, babe. Let's go. No, last time I did but I don't want to lose power to it, so it messes up. Just make sure. Oh, there you go. Oh, you son of a. You got press and long and short. Come on, bruh. You fuck off, you piece of shit. That is more like a bug than that. Okay, tug log. It was for a long time, so backseat literal bucket missing. That's fine. So, we good. We good. No, we're not good. What the fuck is this? Stop fucking doing it. Why is it doing that? This is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. Load and STFU. Mass and balance. Alright, so let's make man. Can we load it somehow properly? Because this is nonsense out here. Okay, I'll try. Alright, let's do this. I'll load it properly with SimBrief because no matter, we'll still do the flight, right? We can even simulate that we have passengers aboard, right? Fine like it is, like that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. You know, I gotta practice my SIAs because when you practice your SIAs, when you don't do the SIA long time, you start to lose it. And the perfect SIA is like, No, it's not perfect. You see, I gotta. All right, that's more like south. Houston. All right, let's go. My brave young pilots. You see, I understand you guys grow up in time when the internet was already available. I grew up in time when there was no internet. So all the information that we had, we were digging the info. So you don't have to dig anymore. If you subscribe to my channel, if you have any Discord, when I fly, I explain everything bit by bit. Of course, I can't explain everything in one flight, but today's theme, like the base of the stream, is dynamics. Proper dynamics. Also, one thing that you might like, as you know, you guys know that, it's that fucking TV choir area. Come on, man. Yeah, if my website shows the DB bullshit, just F5, F5, and that's it. Yeah, go to this page, right? If it shows you bullshit, just hit F5 multiple times, and it should clear it up. Okay? Go to this page, and there you'll see current add-ons for a Microsoft Flight Sim that I have that are used in this stream. And trust me, you don't have to trust me. You'll just see it yourself. Okay. So Ultimate Realist Mega Pack. What it is basically all the atmo for the Microsoft Flight Sim. And also, what it does, I'll show you a good thing. Possibly don't even realize that this is the product that we have, the sound pack, CFM, and then IAE. If you get this Realist Mega Pack for $10, limited time, it has already that CFM sound pack inside of that. So it's like a $20 worth. It's actually much more because I don't sell my sound packs for less than $20 a piece. But here comes up that is IAE and CFM, so it comes up to roughly 20. And unfortunately, the model is not as how do you call it? It's not as popular because Phoenix was the first one, and it got all the fame, as well as they did a really nice work on the marketing. And some of the things about Phoenix are good still. I'm not saying it's a complete shit. All I mean is that if I would have to choose between Phoenix and FS Labs, I would choose the FS Labs. And here's why. You'll just continue to see why. So that Atmo will give you proper colors, sky, blah blah blah, blue blue blue. You'll see how beautiful this will be. We'll get up above this crazy weather. Also, this has real ice. So I'm not sure. It's, of course, it's not as capable as icing and X-Plane with CL650, but it's still okay. Alright, I'm gonna show you this. So you guys want, again, my haters, their asses to blow up? Look. Oh my god, he opened Sim Plaza. Ah! Sorry. That was just a funny thing. Funny thing that I did myself. I already knew that they were gonna. I already told it on my Discord. what it was. But for people who don't know me, but who don't have any hatred towards me, here's basically what happened. I was showing the best models, and what is the best place where you can have all of the models in one place, right? Kind of just like a list, because I was reviewing them, and I was like, well, obviously Simplaza, although some models are not even there. But piracy is bad, and I don't have a single add-on on my PC for the flight sims that is stolen. Not a single one. Always bought it. Always. I think on Simplaza, I think it's sort of like a testing base, right? If, for example, if I'm not sure about the product, because nowadays there's a lot of products that you get and they end up being not really good. So you test it, and if it's worth it, go and buy it. 1212 CLT Myrtle. And not only because the models that you buy, you always have a fresh updates, etc. You also support the developer, which is really needed these days. Not a lot of people dedicated to do what we do, and trust me. Okay, so Queen 5 on jam. See, no arrival, so it's perfect because we're gonna calculate the descent ourselves, and I'll show you how to do it. As a matter of fact, the aircraft will calculate it itself, and if aircraft is perfect with the systems and with the with dynamics, it'll follow that profile really nice. I'll show it to you. Show you the proof. Okay, so what do we have in Myrtle Beach? We have a 360 at 11. So basically we're gonna be landing north, and oddly enough, it seems like almost like this would be, you know, because your airport is similar to Fort Lauderdale. I mean, Florida airport's kind of like water and this. So whenever you see it, you have a tendency to believe that towards the water is east, which is not. Which is basically north is the opposite here. So, okay. FS Labs CFM 06. Okay. Gonna do all detailed, and we're gonna do all auto. Auto and freight, 2000. Okay, so here you see the cost index, auto, right? Most companies are using their default cost index. So for most of it, this is like around 34, 33, depending on fuel prices, weather, etc. And the time, the schedule. So basically, your cost index, to make it easier for you to understand. I know you guys understand. You can Google, you do it, you know how it works. But if to explain, that would be your time versus your fuel consumption. So if you're behind the schedule and you need to get there quick, your cost index will be high. At the same time, your fuel consumption will be high, so you'll spend a lot of fuel to get there fast. But if you are within the schedule and you just need to save up fuel, your cost index will be low. All right, what time? 06. Oh, by the way, look, that's what I was talking about just now. See how the profiles are written? So when you go up, it's always from the low to up. So 250 at a below 10, 300, 78, and then send 78, 300, 250, right? You can also, of course, insert your profile here, and you can, ideally, you can change this. All right, but we're not gonna do it. We'll just keep auto, right? And then our descent profile 78, 300, 250. That's a standard profile for 320 family. So it 250 below 10 is understood. 250 what? One thing important. Everything is important this on this stream, but check this one out. You might think that A320 and A321 is the same aircraft, and they are the same. I mean, you don't have to get a separate type rating, but this whole complete other beast, and 321 is, I should say, it's the hardest one to fly. I'll explain later why. So let's get going so we don't. I'll have it loading up. So, oh gosh, I have so many hairs in my nose. Jeez, I hate that. It's like they're growing like fucking grass, you know? And I had this thing where you can put it in the nose and just, but I lost it. Okay. We'll do auto everything, and yeah, our profile will be according to 321 for the weather, etc., etc. I'll show it to you how to change it yourself and how to calculate it yourself. Just for now, we'll just keep it like that. Queen 5 on jam. Let's go. Okay, so what's important here? Let's see together. The most important things I'll highlight. So, obviously, our flight number, our times within the schedule. So, out, off, on, in, right? So, bam, 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 bam. Our cruise flight level, our average wind, our cost index, our final res, right? So final reserve, block fuel, total time versus trip fuel, final res plus all that. The flight plan, of course. The alternate flight plan. So we check that. So you kind of go through, right? So you go through in this TOT, blah blah blah. So if you need to fill anything out, just I go like this. I just go by check mark. Your name, blah blah blah, signature. Operational impacts, as you can see. So weight change or flight level change, there aren't much. And plus or minus is obviously is going to be impacting in which way, right? check that. Our souls on board. Ooh, what the hell? Okay, well, well, that's gonna cut it for the low fuel that we obviously have, right? So it's gonna give us more or less close to even like maximum. Let's say 176 is max, TOW is 171. What we have. Christmas flight, we should call it. Late Christmas. Zero fuel weight, TOW, a landing weight, check mark. This is the times. So out, that means from the gate. Off, that means take off. On, that means on the ground with the wheels, touchdown. And in the gate. TOC, that's what we need. TOC, the wind added, and the temperature. OAT minus 32. 22058 minus 30. Perfecto. So you can kind of see like where you add climb. One nighter. 0. Boom. Boom. No. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Sort of like this. So you can see. Just visual information. Out here, nothing needed to this point. So this is all like performance. The weather. Ooh. Okay. So we're gonna be doing de-icing. So we're gonna be running late. Alright. 1.5 stashed miles, runway 18 center, very good. 2,400, 5,000. Snow, freezing, fog. Oh my god, this is the worst condition. So that one, it was at time now 13. Okay. Make sure. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make sure that live. All right. Good. All right. And Myrtle Beach. Also, the weather comes in there. Really bad. No temps, etc. We're not gonna do. Okay, so for this flight, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be like showing SOP for the airline. I wanted you to show. I'm gonna show you the important stuff. What we were talking about earlier, right? So, of course, I'm gonna mention stuff that SOP by SOP, what we do, what we need to do, but okay. Save it. Okay, so let's initiate the flight, and for that I'm gonna go to ATSU, AOC, init, request, and it's getting uplinked. Okay. Cross check that, 47. So now we need our document. Basically it's here, but it's I really wish I could have opened some file, one that I need. Would be so much better, right? But the same things that we highlighted, remember? Ghost index 47, 47, 190, 190, temperature minus 23. That's gonna be over here. That's gonna be to flight log and then TOC. Remember? 20750 minus 32. Remember? Minus what? 32, 33, 32, minus 32. Ground temperature minus 7 centigrade. Dropo is right here. Okay, TOC, you see that right here says TRP on this column. OAT, TTV, TRP, right? So the third one below. So it's gonna be 288. That means it's 28,800. So, and then you gotta write it same as you would write the full altitude here. So out this. Such nice snow, right? But it's kind of, I think it's kind of like snow and rain, freezing fog, snow, rain. Well, minus 7. What? Hold on. It's changed. So look at the OAT minus 7. Minus 72. Alright, so the first page is complete. 12, 12, 47, 190, minus 32, 7 to 88, wind, requested. Okay, next page. OFP data. Make sure that the block fuel is correct within 596 trip fuel. I remember all of that, right? 1932 departure, 158 zero fuel weight, right? Wind data uplink, that is always here. Okay, and then you have to send this. All right. Same. You go to fuel. Never mind. You go to boarding and do board now. Well, just do board now all together. Alright, and then we'll set departure radius. Okay. So now the aircraft is like magic, right? All this stuff is missing in Faint. I feel myself at real aircraft. That's what I mean. This is like, it's breathing with systems. While we were refueling, the valves should be off. Look at that. All right. And then we'll only have to fill out here. Departure ATIS. Oh, already did that. Out here, we need a load sheet, accept, This is preliminary, so we don't need. Alright, we'll get the runway in a second. Most likely, the best way would be by looking right here. See if anything changes here. It's kind of still, that page is bumped. I think it was already updated, and I'm using an older version, but that's fine. Even the older version is still perfect, and so much better. Okay, maintenance, nothing. No reports of nothing. Good. All right. So I do this. I go to here. Sometimes it doesn't work. I switch to map right away. If it doesn't, let me show you what to do next. Just hit recycle. Boom. And then do this. Will always guarantee to work. Okay, so you can see that the weather is arriving to Myrtle Beach as well. It's kind of crappy and it's moving. Okay, so out here, what I do, I select this, and by that, oh, I'm sorry, this one, and by that, you can see where you at really close. Then deselect that, and now we know which side we're going to be taking off. So the winds are 02011. So the north operation is in use. If we here, I think would be the most the proper way for us, right? It used to be the runway here. We'll just taxi to runway 36 center or 36 right. I should say 36 right. Yeah. So I'm gonna brief this as well, but don't get everything has to be at specific time, specific place. So nothing just in aviation. Nobody does things that are, for example, like, oh, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna brief the taxi, and then oh, I'm gonna come and do the performance and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Oh, I need to walk around. No. There's a specific time for everything. So 36 right, that's where we need it. We have that. Bebra. Что такое бебра? Я где-то слышал. Ну, я думаю, вы знаете. 190 and routing. Queen 5 on jam. And 1-8 says, but meh. Alright, there's the unjam. Insert. I'm gonna use this way to see it properly. Okay. So it has this continuity because this is a vector departure. Alright. Febra. I'm gonna pin it so it's easier to see later. And I know that you have to switch in between that so you can see it. So it's a vector departure, as you can see. Charlotte Douglas. Runway 36 right, climb and heading 003 to 1260, and heading 025 signed by ATC 8000 top all. Dial here. Also, if I start working on the FCU, I already set everything that I can. So 2994. Arc 10. Constraint 2994, 8000. Okay. Alright. 2994. All three sets. Okay, so the preliminary is complete. Now by that time we already should have the the final load sheet is not, but we have a preliminary is fine. So manual radar vectors to initial fix would be Humpy, Queen, Unjam, Tasty. Oh, we'll only go into Unjam. Humpy, Queen, Unjam, and then direct to Myrtle Beach. Now, check this out. If your flight plan says that you are going Queens 5 Unjam direct Myrtle Beach, that means you're going direct. So there's no, some people, what they do, some simmers, what they do is that they select, let's say they already know, or by the flight plan it says, oh, possible for runway 18. Fine, do that. No via. And what they do, what they do is they, instead going direct as flight plan, as per flight plan, they go and connect these Unjam to PD, and this is not how it's supposed to be, because that way you just went and changed your flight plan, even though it's probably close to that. So out from here, use the best way to do it is you just enter the Myrtle. That's it, and then you can have a discontinuity there. So you write direct to it. Right direct to it, and then I'll show you how to properly set it up here, since it's no arrival, right? This airport has no arrival, so I'll show you how to properly make the FCC know what it's doing and calculate the best proper descent. Okay, we'll talk everything about it. This is some gold information. This is base. Okay? Bless you. Why did they close the doors? Oh, by the way, some of the
airports have a possibility for the de-ice on the tarmac right here. Okay, and this is great by saving time, but unless this airport might also have do this and that other has like dedicated spots, right? Sorry. Taxi. Airport information. Okay. So out here you probably can see it. And most of the times it'll say something like de-icing area, like right here. See? So obviously, more preferable for us would be 3/6 center, since you got the de-icing area there. Unless we just do de-ice right here, where we at. And for that, there are proper procedures for the de-ice. To set up your, basically you need to close all the holes. And in so two ways, right? Either we do it with engines shut down at the gate, or we have to do it with engines running and then close all the holes, the bleeds, etc., right? So you kind of prepare for it. So both ways have pluses and minuses. So the minuses obviously for if we do it here, the pluses are that we don't have to do the procedure, we don't have to stop, we can use that time for, you know, basically before push. So one second, I'll open the door since we still haven't completed the boarding because we're not quite ready. You understand what I mean, right? Here comes the final load sheet. Alright, diff rips. Guys, diff rips. Diff rips. You heard about this one, right? D is data. AC status. This is old database, so it's expired. You should not be able to fly with this one, but I'll fill it up later. D, I, init alpha. Fill out this page like we did. Cross check everything. F, flight plan. Right? Flight plan. Do the flight plan, do the... Later we'll do the cross check, okay? So do the flight plan, boom, 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 boom. And as required. Next, F. I'm sorry, there's no F. Diff rips R. Diff rips R. Rad nav. If needed, set anything here. You can select it and use it. It's really handy. It's a nice thing to do. Diff rips, another I. This is init alpha, init bravo. So one step. 13.4. You have to set actual fuel, not what's in your papers. Times and weights 158.0. And then cross check with this. Oh, you see it's kind of crap. What is this? I've had this before happen to me. Shit. Should be able to like press the button and load from. See, does somehow It's a shit. Why is not doing that? What's the point of this page then? If I can't change nothing, what's the point of it? I know how to fix it. This is important because weight and balance is important, guys. Yeah. Crap. Okay, so 208, what was that? So you imagine how 207. You imagine how much stuff you need to do the first flight of the day. It's insane. So 208. It's divided by 3, right? Да, блядь, ёбаный в рот, блядь, ебал. 208 minus 37, because we're gonna max the front. It's 171 divided by 2. Divided by 2 is 84. Okay, 75. how the fuck it got 208 in the aircraft? That is. Oh man, bro. Sim brief is shit. Okay, you don't ever trust any profiles that you see at sim brief. Okay, don't ever fucking do that. Create profile yourself. This is, I always do that, and this time I fucked up. I haven't flown for a long time. This is why. And you see this shit is the same way. So this is bad. I think it's the end of it. 158, and every time I happen to like say good things about any model or any sim, it immediately craps up. You see what I mean? And I don't remember how to fix this bullshit. Oh my god, dude. Such a fucking bullshit. Fix your shit, FS Labs. Yeah, no problem. Да похуй, там, блядь, сейчас другая проблема. Я не помню, как это чинить. Блядь, ёбаные FS с этим говном, блядь. Да, отвечаю, каждый раз, когда я что-то, блядь, хвалю, оно обязательно обосрется. Конечно, нигде не будет, блядь. Блядь, просто долбоёбы нахуй, с этим хуйнёй, блядь, тупой, блядь. Эх, хуй его знает, блядь, долбоёбы. Просто ёбаная параша, блядь, обоссанная нахуй. Кал, блядь, ебаный нахуй. Вот, блядь, все с симбрифа началось. Симбриф с говно, блядь, сделал. Окей, never mind. No, fuck this. I'm not gonna... Не, я не буду эту хуйню, блядь, терпеть. Идем симбриф, меняем это дерьмо, блядь. Нормальный самолет выбираем, который сделан, блядь, мною, а не, блядь, залупой. Короче, никогда не выбирайте хуйню, которая там. И не давайте никогда, блядь, симбрифу выбирать там количество пассажиров или еще какую-то такую хуйню. Это просто всегда будет максимально. Максимальный всегда будет, блядь, вес, блядь, ебаный. Короче. Посрать нахуй, блядь. Я пойдем в магазин пойду, потому что я, блядь, я уже мне, блядь, нервы все выпиздила эта залупа. А заметьте, я только включил. Вот ёбаный Microsoft Flight Sim, это вот такая хуйня. Ты включаешь, оно тебя просто выдрачивает. Не будет такого. Окей. Дилей. У нас дилей, пацаны. И вот такая хуйня мне как-то так... Я не знаю, может я какой-то перфекционист или что, но мне она сразу начинает заебывать. Блядь, опять все надо перебивать, ебаный урод. Сука, блядь. Не доверяйте altitude этой залупе. И не доверяйте passengers и freight. И не доверяйте ее профайлам. Никогда. Never. Ever. Ever. Никогда такого не делать. Как сделать самому и правильно, смотрите. Вводите сюда. CLT. Don't ever fucking trust any SimBrief profile that is there. Okay. Also, don't ever trust its passengers and the cruise level. How to calculate it properly. You can do this, or you can just something that resembles. All right. 160. 160. Okay. 160. Anything that will be below 390 nautical miles, that distance will equal almost to the nautical miles will be equal to your flight level. So let's say it's 160 nautical miles. That means you will not get more than 16,000 feet. Unfortunately, it's really close. But the departure, so the total, okay. Blah blah blah. We're gonna turn this 190 is fine. Okay. So we're gonna keep that 190. Passengers, fuck off 120. Okay. I'm still gonna change over to the different runway because the de-icing facility is there and who knows what happens. Okay. 36 center. We're gonna plan for it 36 center because not available or whatever. We're gonna cross-check the weather again. And with the weather, we're gonna go and continuously check the weather when stuff like this happens. Okay. All right. It's a regular day in the office, how you call it. I hope this fucking error just goes away. Okay, now. So we have to do it from again, and I guarantee this is gonna go away. I should have noticed this right away. And this time we'll do it more gathered and more organized way. Supposed to be, you're supposed to act how, like you are the computer, not the so I'm gonna redo the MCDU. Fix for delay. Make sure that this is away from that. It's already no answer to request. Oh Jesus. Jesus. All right, let's get it from the. Hopefully, just reset it. Yeah, aviation, unfortunately or fortunately, is it's kind of like a thing, like a problem solvation, problem solve, problem solve, problem solve. That's. Now you gotta look at the total of distance. Air distance 200, 136. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So. Six center. Окей. Просто заебало. Такое состояние, блядь, конченое. Видите? Окей. Надо починить это, либо, блядь, либо он в параше. 136,2. 136.2. Maybe, just maybe. Enough for that. For it to catch. Come on. It's supposed to have a MC flight number here. Yeah, you see that? Bullshit. Yeah. That means it's not working. That R bullshit, that means it's not working. It's not even responding to its weight. It's fucking crap. Fucking piece of crap. And in normal sim, which is X-Plane, you would be able just to take fucking just strip it out, just empty it out. In here you can't. This is some fucking nonsense bullshit. Ай, как же заебало. Вот почему именно когда я показываю, тут оно такое случается? Почему? Блять. Какой нахуй минус 7? Че, ебанулись? Ёбань, блядь, тупая. Вот что это за... Кто придумал вообще дизайн этого говна, блядь? О, гаш. Все, блядь. Прилетели, нахуй. Я говорю, это кал, блядь, уже нахуй. Ну, at least we have the weight and balance. Да положи ты его нахуй, блядь, сука тупая, блядь. Ну, короче, reload, я понял. Нахуй. Я заебался. Шло бы все нахуй. Короче, буду на русском стримить и... Кал, блядь. Просто приз вообще, просто зафакапало мне весь, блядь, полет. Это говно просто вот, блядь, выкинутое нахуй время, блядь, из-за долбоебических хуёвков, которые, блядь, не могут свою машину, блядь, ёбаные аддоны, блядь, починить. What a fucking load of shit. Окей, мы с другой стороны пойдем. Тогда начнем с Феникса. Он сейчас тоже закошмарит меня. И я вообще выключу эту майку нахуй обоссанную. И просто нахуй, блядь. Зачем я вообще, блядь, начал, блядь, этот гал показывать, блядь? Для кого? Чтобы, блядь, доказать, что Феникс говно, блядь. Я и так знаю, что Феникс говно, блядь. Пиздец, блядь. Хотел, называется, на... Какой кал, блядь. Я пошел в магазин, пацаны, я не могу, это, блядь, ну... Intel Software. Что, блядь? Что это вообще такое? И этот каловый сим, он даже не вышел, блядь, из него, прикиньте. То есть он висит, все его процессы, блядь, висят, нахуй, гейминг сервисы. Просто, то есть это, ну... Короче, рестарт, пацаны, похую. Похую, блядь, что люди смотрят. Ну, сорян, блядь, это я сотру, блядь, дерьмище, блядь. Но что сейчас оно не запустится, это уже, блядь. Он думает, что сейчас